What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Here to bring you part 2 of my Atlanta Falcons prediction video. I believe we will trade back up into the first round after drafting at pick 8 and trade up and get Kool-Aid McKinstry in this year's first round. Let's get into it, guys. So part 1, which wasn't really meant to be a part 1, part 2, this just kind of came in my head recently, but part 1 is something I really stand firm on. Laiatu to the Falcons at pick 8. Or we trade back with the Vikings, get pick 11 and get pick 23 and get Laiatu there, which I'll be fine with as well. But either way it goes, I think we're going to get Laiatu first over Dallas Turner, but I won't mind Turner either. But in this video, I'm going to focus strictly on how and why we're going to get Kool-Aid McKinstry from Alabama. So let's get into it, guys. So looking at our roster, I've been saying all off season, add a pass rusher. I've been saying since last year, add a pass rusher and add a cornerback. We didn't do either yet. We added some good weapons. We added Kirk Cousins. Everything's fine there. New coaching staff. I'm in love with everything we've done so far. Darnell Mooney, Kirk Cousins, the backup tight end. We got some depth in Kevin King, who hasn't played in a couple years. But overall, every move we've made, I'm in love with it. Coaching staff on. But we need a generational, or at least a very high-end, very good pass rusher, and we need someone opposite of AJ Terrell badly. So with our first pick, that being pick 8, or I said trading down a little bit, 10 to the Jets, 11 to the Vikings, or somewhere around that range, we can get our pass rusher. Turner versus or Laiatu. I prefer Laiatu or Turner. Verse would be my very last option, and he don't really fit our scheme in my opinion, so I'm cool on Verse, but Turner Laiatu is my pick there. So that being the case, after that we have no more picks until the second round. High pick 43. So after pick 8 we have round 2, pick 43, the 8th pick in the second round. Pretty nice pick there, same as our first rounder, same range, so nothing crazy there. But we also have behind that 2 third-rounders, and that being pick 74, and from Jacksonville, from the Calvin Ridley situation, we got to pick round 3. Then we do have 4, 5, and 2 sixes. So we have a pretty full draft. But looking at our roster, we don't have many needs, and that's a blessing. If you're a Falcons fan, we don't really have many needs. Shore up the pass rush, shore up the cornerback. Maybe add another receiver here or there, line, whatever, stuff like that. I'm cool. Maybe a backup third round, a backup quarterback maybe build upon in the future third round, fourth round, Spencer Rattler, Bo Nix, whoever falls to that range. But I'm looking at other teams who might be willing to trade out of the first round, how crazy it might sound, because they need more depth. So I've been doing my research, I've been looking, I've been scouring to find what surprise team might want to trade down and get out of the first round. What team has a lot of needs, what team has a high salary cap, and what teams needs to fill holes badly. Now I'm looking at the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins, who should be in win now mode, have 6 picks. 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, then no picks until the 5th, 2 sixes, and 1 7th. More than likely, I know, the first 2 rounders hold value, but the 5th, 2, 6, and the 7th, it's going to be hard to find someone worth, real value that can play right now and fill those gaps right now for the Dolphins. So the Dolphins pick number 21. Why is that significant? Because looking at the landscape of the draft right now and what team needs are, only 2 cornerbacks most likely will be going by pick 21. And that's Terrion Arnold from Alabama, Kool-Aid McKinstry's teammate. And then you have Quinyon Mitchell, who's also in the mix for the Falcons pick 8. I don't think we should go corner at pick 8, but I wouldn't be too opposed to it. But we do got to trade back up and get a pass rusher still. So either way it goes, I want a pass rusher and a cornerback in the first round. But with that being the case, Jacksonville, Raiders, and I think the Colts. Those are the 3 teams, in my opinion. Maybe the Saints, maybe. But those are the 4 teams in mix for 2 cornerbacks. I don't think Kool-Aid McKinstry goes that early. So then you say, okay, what team after the Jags at pick 17, the Colts at 15, Saints at 14, and the Raiders at 13, what team needs a cornerback then? Then you go all the way down till you get to the pick 22 Philadelphia Eagles. They need a cornerback pretty badly. Bradbury played terrible last year without Jonathan Gannon. Slay wasn't great, and he's also getting older as well, so there's some there. They have Ringo and those guys. They drafted late in the other rounds, other drafts last year, or mid-round picks last year, but I don't think none of those guys can compare to Kool-Aid McKinstry right now, in my opinion. So we have to worry about them, but rumor has it as well, the Eagles could be going first round offensive lineman to replace, and have some depth there to try to replace Kelsey maybe. So we'll see. We'll see how everything shakes out, but I am fearful of my prediction that if the Eagles, stay at 22 and Kool-Aid McKinstry gets to them at that point, they probably will pick him, in my opinion. But, the Eagles haven't really gone cornerback first round or linebacker in a good little while, so we'll see how that pans out. But since I'm so fearful of the Eagles, I need that pick 21. And I think the Dolphins might be the team to give it up to us. As I said, only 6 picks, 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, 5th, 2, 6, and a 7th. They need to fill premium spots badly. They need safety. They need corner. They need both sides of the trenches. They need receiver. You can feel a little bit of that with the 1st and 2nd round, but you don't have another pick all the way down to the 5th. That to me, I don't know. That doesn't sound too tasteful, too tasty if I'm the Dolphins and having to fill holes. So I think the Dolphins could be a surprise trade down move. I know right now they're mocked, and most people have mocked them to get Byron Murphy from the Texas Longhorns, the defensive tackle. They're also in the hunt to get, maybe a linebacker or something, or whatever, a lineman. But I really think they trade down their first pick. They get the Falcons pick 43, and they also get the Falcons pick, probably the earlier 3rd round pick 74, and they're gonna have they're gonna have 2 firsts. No first, 2 seconds, and they're gonna have 1/3 along go with their 5th, 6th, and shoot, I throw in the 4th as well. I lose our 4th, so you can get 2 seconds. 1/3, 1/4, 5th, 2 6, and 1 7th, or maybe a pick swap somewhere in there. Give us a 7th or something, or one of them 6s. And I think they'll be just fine for my Falcons. So giving up 3 picks to get another first round, I'm not mad at it. Also, it could be the case if we trade down from pick 8. Let's say with the Vikings, they get McCarthy or whatever they want to get at pick 8. We get 11 and 23. We still go pass rusher, or we still can go a cornerback first, get Mitchell or Armstead there, or Kool-Aid, or then trade back up from pick 23, pair that with something else, and then trade up, get a pass rusher right after that. So we'll see how everything pans out, but I'm really loving this prediction. I'm really loving my head canon and how this plays out in my head, but just have to pan out on paper and also on TV screen as well. So I think the Falcons will be calling to try to trade up after our first pick, whenever that first pick is. I think we will try to be trading up with one of these teams. And I think the Dolphins are probably the only in the main spot that we can trade up with to try to get Kool-Aid McKinstry right now. This cornerback class is pretty cool. Not overall great in depth, in my opinion. Some good corners, though. I like some guys. Kamari Lassiter, Ernest Rakestraw, Eric Rakestraw, whatever his name is, from Missouri. There's some good guys here. But we got to get a cream of the crop guys. And Kool-Aid McKinstry, who before this year, or before now, the last year and a half, 2 years, he's been considered a lock for probably top 10. And then now he's kind of on the fringe first rounder. Time has not been good to him. The tape is good still, but time has not been good to him. Players have risen up. Players more athletic. They're more quicker. But he ran pretty good with a foot injury. I think his pro day he ran, in the 4.4, so he looked good there. They say his foot injury is healing pretty nicely, so that's a good thing as well. He should be ready for training camp. But I'm all in on going 2 first and getting 2 spots that we need very badly. Kool-Aid at corner or Quinyon Mitchell or Terrion Armstead. One of the top 3 corners and also one of the top 3 pass rushers in Verse, Turner, and Liatu Latu. So we'll see how everything pans out. That's my prediction, guys. First pick would be a pass rusher. We trade back up with the Dolphins at pick 21, and we're going to get Kool-Aid McKinstry there, beat out the Eagles for him, and then they'll go lineman or whatever they see fit at that point on. So that's it for the video, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.